up, y'all? It's 7:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Thursday. What is it, the 24th of September? I think that's what it was, 2020. And I know I packed away these glass stems. I just can't remember where I packed them away. You know, the ones that are still full of hash. Anyway, yeah, hey y'all, this is Vini Ryland from the next timeline. Yeah, you may be more familiar in this timeline with my wife / sister, Nikki Ryland. Yeah, you're probably familiar with the story that, hey, wow, yeah, I'm in love with her sister, Jessie Mae Bobbemeier. But they're very connected, so it's like we all just share each other, sleep in the same bed together, all that good shit. We share everything together, do everything together. Because we're just, you know, a punk rocking incestuous bunch, yo. We're right up your alley in this timeline. Except for we don't drink torture baby blood. But we do everything else, yo. Two of us even have tattoos in this timeline. In the next timeline, we don't have tattoos. But in this timeline, you know, because, well, in the next timeline, people don't appreciate that shit. And there's more sense of responsibility to what we've been given there. But yeah, she's the most astounding drummer in Michigan. And she's a hot little chick. Yeah. And her sister's not bad either. You're like, why would you say that like that? If you're in love with the one, la 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 la. I'm just looking at what y'all look at, you know? Jessie's got more like your goddess beauty. And Nikki's got more like your supermodel beauty, you see? So, and just so y'all can understand where Pre-Vinny's affections lie. And you know, well, for one, I'm with them in the next timeline. I don't know if it's their spirits from this timeline, but I know they look just like them and play music just like them, sound just like them. You know, I'd love to be able to say smells just like them, but I don't know what they smell like. Never been that close to them. I mean, yeah, Vinny's got it in his physical memory that his favorite bangle was Michael Steele. The older one, the one that had more like goddess looks to her. Everybody else liked the little hot little lead singer. And that's kind of how it is in his timeline, where there's so many that look at like Nikki, you know, sexually as a sex object. And the one with the goddess looks, that, you know, like they're more up like Vinny's alley is Jessie, you see, so. And that's like it's right in line with you know, how he would have jumped over, you know, that lead singer of the Bangles to get to the bass player. There was just something super hot about that chick on the bass. And then there's the chick from Haim, the bass player from Haim. Damn, she's got a weird name, I think. It's right there in his memory, too. Shit. Yeah, but she makes these faces while she's playing bass, you know, like she's really concentrating really hard and shit. And she's delivering it, you know, all the way, full body delivering it, you know. And I don't know, something about that is so fucking sexy, you know. So yeah, I was all prepared to do it out of convenience tonight for y'all. Because, well, you know, I had shaved my body last night for your video last night. Not my body, but my face and my chest. My bottom half didn't need it yet. So, you know, so that I could not be so shadowy and prickly for the video for y'all. And then, you know, Ya took advantage of it again while I could still portray the image without pulling razor out again by waking me up and like in the middle of the night, like 4 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning. Get up, sing me a song. And it's like, wait a minute. For one, I'm not pre-Vini. You know, and for, you know, we don't really like have that relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm like here in soldier status and shit, and he was here like, you know, like King David entity, that mentality. So I get up and I'm like, where the fuck am I supposed to do this at? You know, am I supposed to go out in the parking lot of this old people apartment complex where it's all quiet and shit? I mean, you step outside, you know, I did go outside and hit a cigarette just to see if like I could be obedient without, you know, causing problems. Because, well, you know, the last thing I want to do is aggravate motherfuckers around here, man. Fucking 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm out here singing this shit, you know? I don't know if, you know, how things will be received. I'm still wondering about just coming out here and hanging for a few minutes talking to you motherfuckers, you know? When somebody's going to get a wild hair about that. So I've noticed your old people in this timeline, they don't think nothing about crossing lines with people, but they don't want you to cross lines back. You know? Yeah, it's some weird shit, man. They'll cross lines with you and, you know, make you all uncomfortable and shit. And I'm looking for the roach clipper. I know I said it somewhere. Here it is. As I'm chasing these stems down, pushing the stuff down and lighting it, trying to empty a couple of them out because, well, they've all got just a little bit in them. All these ones that look like they're almost empty have got enough to smoke on. If you know, want to smoke them down, you'd be surprised how long it takes. It's almost like they're bottomless stems, but they're not. So yeah, a hot dog, scrambled egg, or something fucking with me. I ate too many hot dogs in too short a time. Your timeline has poison food like that, man. It's like, you know, Vini won't even eat it. Some places like Taco Bell. He's just gotta be in a weird, rare mood where he's not even thinking about shit. Cause, well, when he shifts the litter and puts the double wrapped bags out in the garbage bin in the summertime, when the sun hits that shit, it smells just like Taco Bell meat. Yeah, the smell you smell wafting from Taco Bell smells like fucking cat dookie wrapped in a plastic bag when the sun hits it. And they still ain't telling us what's in the meat. Well, we know it's cat meat. And they're buying it legally from some place that sells it. You know, you just never know the workarounds motherfuckers will do to do shit cheap now and make a profit. It's like, damn. We got a lot of weird shit happening. We got entities being paid to break laws that law enforcement seems to be unable to arrest. Ain't that weird? But if you're in an area where they said you gotta wear a mask and you ain't wearing a mask, they'll arrest your ass. Ain't that some shit? You know, on the bright side, none of these freaks make it to the next timeline. They get time looped because everyone they negatively affected, even the animals, you know? Like those animals that are losing their homes, animals that got burned out of their homes, you know? Every animal they negatively affected by playing with the weather, shit like that, man. You know, it's like everything that they did to cause some kind of negative effect on something here. Because, well, you weren't supposed to do that while you were here, especially if you're rich and famous, you're supposed, and powerful, you're supposed to like benefit the world, set the example of benefiting the world, not what these freaks calling themselves politicians do. You know, that's like a circus, man. They really are like clowns that rolled out of a clown car. You know, every last Trump hater that still hates Trump, you know, that's famous, because now he's a traitor right with them. He's betraying their fans right along with them. You know, he's trying to kill their fans right along with them. He signed away the presidency in March. He ain't even president no more. We don't have a president right now. So this whole thing is like a big giant fucking, just a show, man. It's like a circus and shit. The trapeze act is Trump pretending like he's president and shit when, he did it right in front of us March 13th, Friday the 13th. You still got freaks that think that, oh, go Trump, go. Well, yeah, I guess you need to vote for him if you don't want to vote for a public molester, somebody that would just molest people publicly, won't stand up for the Constitution protecting marijuana even if it would save his own son's life, shit like that. That's all JoJo, yo. How many years did he have to prove to you that he cared about you when he was vice president? He's already been there, and he's already done that. And he didn't do nothing good for you. He was as ghetto as Mike Pence. Mike Pence took a motorcade on the fucking Mackinac Island, like some kind of white devil inbred. You go to Mackinac Island to experience not having a vehicle, fool. Dumbass. Yeah, not even Obama's fucking administration was that ghetto. They may have been ghetto, but they weren't that ghetto. Yeah. So, oh yeah, I see everybody's missing Obama now. Might get him back. Through some fluke. He's vying for, or he was, I don't know if he still is or if he secretly is. They could put somebody in that position and not tell you. The guy that directs the UN, that's more powerful than the president or any leader of any nation. So, that's what he was vying for. See, I'm pushing for some generic power, interdimensional power that will reach down and, I don't know, cause a rich kid to be like, hey, man, I want to graduate to the next timeline. I'm going to put it in the spirit memory of everybody that, this guy is famous and that, I was complicit in it, and that way it can't be denied. It's in a lot of spirit memory, I am going to get to the next timeline. But see, it would take something big like that now, put me in power over the world or something. You see? Yeah, I'm pushing for that political power, Nobody else that's in politics is qualified. Look at Nancy Pelosi, man. Look at fucking Ruth Bader Ginsburg. It's like, look at all them treasonous traitors that have been holding office, lifetime positions. It's like, shit. These gluttonous parasites on you, man. Just sucking your blood. And then they're going to lie and say that she said while she was dying, I want a new president before somebody replaces me. That don't matter, bitch, what you want. Even though she didn't say that. Well, yeah, she did handle her office like, a ghetto bitch. She didn't do anything that would benefit those that she, took an oath to serve. Nope. See, they started all this destabilization with, like, the housing bubble. And then from there, they enacted the next phase, the next destabilization phase, which was Obamacare, which, that killed a lot of people, man. And it kept a lot of the wrong people who should have died alive, There were people that fucking goddamn, they invested in being prepared just to have that investment ripped out from under them and given to some ghetto fucking piece of shit who didn't give a fuck if he lived or died, fucking strung out on fucking heroin, fucking robbing and raping and pillaging. It was like, fuck. Why didn't you let nature take its course? Oh, you thought you was gonna, you going to aggravate those from the next timeline. You silly little fucking goddamn earthworms. Damn. What, you watched the Idiocracy and decided to just be that shit, huh? Yeah, your kids be in it too. Because where's the fucking rich, dumb motherfucker, the dumb motherfucker's rich kid that's be like, I'm not dumb like my fucking ancestors. I'm not going down like that. I got the ability to fucking change this shit. It starts with this motherfucker right here from the next timeline. We're starting there. We're taking all this shit over. He's got the fucking mission from Yah to, you know, take the fucking world over. Stop the fucking religious bullshit. Stop the motherfucking politics. Stop the motherfucking goddamn propaganda. Stop the motherfucking animal torture. Stop the fucking sitting around playing video games. Stop the motherfucking, you know, being entertained by rape. Stop the fucking goddamn torturing children for adrenalized blood. And fucking incarcerate everybody who tests positive for it. Because when you fucking drink human blood, you know, especially adrenalized child blood, you can find out if somebody did that shit, much like pulling a hair to find out if somebody's ever done cocaine. Yes. So it's like these motherfucking freaks, it's just a test away. They want to test somebody. Be careful what you wish for. Now you sowed that seed. Now I loosen the heaven and earth. Reciprocity for the testing that they fucking were pushing upon all Americans and upon all people in the world. Now those who have been messing with babies and children, now it's time for them to get tested. So reciprocal testing to see what the fuck they've been doing and what they got. Yeah, because if they've been drinking fucking adrenalized baby blood, they should not be in our population. They should be fucking incarcerated to protect the children and the world from them. To get more baby blood, they're gonna fucking tell you to put a mask on a baby. Fuck its lungs up. They're gonna do anything they can to get it because, man, fucking that shit is like heroin. They got to have it. And you look at them. Some of them, man, they looking pretty goddamn raggedy real quick, ain't they? Yeah. And the ones that ain't raggedy yet that are pushing for the masks and shit, they know their supply's running low. And they need to get some more, so they need to hurry up and kill off as many of their fans as they can. It's a numbers game. Who are you fans of? You remember when people used to have a little betting thing about, you know, who's going to die next and shit? Well, now they betting on you. Whose fans will be the most compliant and obedient? Believe me, they can see. They can figure it out. Who's having the most influence, who's having the most effect, and whose fucking fans are the weakest physically. So that when they turn up this shit that's already hooked up, they just got to turn it up. When they turn it up, it's like, okay, bunch of falling out. Then suddenly everybody's going to want a motherfucking vaccine. There's a couple walking by. They were talking kind of loud. It's the one dude I seen walking in, then that girl that I seen walking. I was out here with the guitar. And then I've seen them walk by a couple times together, back and forth. She seems like kind of a simple cunt to me. She made the weirdest fucking face seeing me play guitar out here. I was like, fuck you. I'm minding my own business. You mind yours. Don't look up at my shit. Walk on by. What you looking in here for? So yeah, she was wearing like a, I don't know, a bluish green shirt, blue shirt or some shit with it looked like she had like a badge or a name tag on it. Like she works somewhere around here. And they walked through like how many hours ago, like she could have worked a 4-hour shift or something and then, you know, walked back together. I don't know. I don't pay close attention to people because, well, it doesn't matter to me. As long as they're not posing a threat. You see? So, what's weird is the contrast. You got these rich people right across the street from an apartment complex that's like, you know, only a few tenants away from being projects, ghetto projects. So, yeah, it's weird. What's he have going on here? So yeah, the next step of destabilization was the Obamacare. I did tell you all that, right? We did cover that. And then now they have destabilization by design. You know, it's bought. It's just like pay for destabilization. They've made people poor and desperate, so then now you got people out there being paid to protest and riot. Free Barabbas, crucify Christ, till they get the, you know, those who are actually, you know, from the area to join in with them, which a lot of them won't. They won't burn down their own hoods. So you know that what they have there is something that, you know, was bought and brought in. And you have the propagandists who end up getting time looped as the victims of this shit right along with everybody else on the news, who won't even let people talk about the shit. Like Gingrich couldn't talk about the fact that Soros bought fucking, you know, the Senate and the White House, and he bought the motherfucking Circuit Court and the Supreme Court. He bought it all. He owns judges, okay? He put the judges in there. He owns representatives and Senate people, senators. He owns them motherfuckers, man. He's the one who put them there. Just like the rioters and the protesters that you see on the news. He owns them. And Gingrich couldn't talk about it on the news. They're supposed to be exposing this shit to you without Gingrich having to say shit. No, they wouldn't let him tell you. Isn't that weird? It doesn't make Gingrich a hero. It just means that, you know, he wanted people to understand what they were seeing. Because, well, it's all fucking circus, man. And, well, you know, there's no Turners in the next timeline. Ted Turner and that bunch. That fucking rancid bloodline gets fucking wiped the fuck out. Propagandists and shit, you know. It's like, he's the one who owns all the fucking news and cable and shit. All this fucking, all these, you know, conglomerates that are spreading all this propaganda disguised as news, saying that, you know, you can die from corona, when, you know, the chances of that happening, you're more likely to get struck by lightning while standing on a golf course playing with your penis or stroking your clit. For real. You're more likely, I mean, on a clear sunny day, you're more likely on a clear sunny day to be standing on a golf course, stroking your crotch, and get struck by lightning. You're more likely for that to happen. Now watch them use a cloaked drone to strike somebody dead on a fucking golf course who just happened to be taking a piss. And then the story's going to be, oh, they were masturbating on the golf course and suddenly lightning struck from a clean, you know, clear blue day. And they've already shown you that they can use a cloaked drone and strike a pickup truck from a clear blue sky. You can't even see the drone, but you can see the lightning come from nowhere. Yeah, strike that pickup truck cruising down the fucking highway. Struck the bed of it and fucking caused the gas tank of it to fucking boom, blow up just like that. And the thing like fucking shot up in the air, flipped over, and became mangled. And that was American citizens. Yeah. Yep. Oh, they think they got hit by lightning. Isn't that fucking just, you know, it's like, man, everybody has gotten so stupid up in this shit, it's just hard to believe they can even still function. And how do you have sex if a woman's too stupid to properly maintain her fucking crotch? You know, wipe front to back, all that shit. You know, it's like, fuck, man. You know? It's like, how are motherfuckers even reproducing here? You know, now that they've been made so stupid and brutish. You know? And, you know, it's like, fuck, man. This shit, this garbage, man. It's like, you know. You know, if you see it from a different perspective, Bill Gates is like an overzealous garbage man. He just wants to take it all, throw the fucking the baby out with the bathwater. That shit, you know, it's like, fuck it, let's just start over. I can understand that. Look at this shit. And that's what ultimately is going to happen, is like there's going to be so few to graduate to the next timeline that it'll be like starting over. There won't be no crowding. There's no crowding in the next timeline. There's plenty of space. People have respect, though, so you could live right next to somebody and not have problems. That's what's weird. It's not, you know, in the next timeline, it's like, hey, wow, now that we finally have people you could have as good neighbors, you know, you're not living close to nobody anymore, you know? There's like no cities and shit, like, you know, like what y'all know here. There's none of that dumb shit. There's none of this piling people on top of each other. There's no apartment complexes, shit like that, you know? Everything's so different. And you can tell when you come back to this timeline and you look at those in power and those with wealth and those with fame, influence and shit, you can tell who's at fault. All you gotta do is a little research. You can see, wow, these motherfuckers' ancestors had this fucking agenda. They wanted to control shit and kill shit, you know? And, you know, Bill Gates, if he would just, like, harness what he wants to do and pick his battles, okay, you know? Start with those who are famous, who, you know, did what he wanted them to do. Said it was real. Start with them. They were doing it for fucking all the wrong reasons. So, okay, start with them. All right. Next up is those who torture animals and those who are entertained by it. Can't have that population using resources on this planet. No. Might as well go ahead and get in the time loop. Some animals you like to see tortured so bad and they get spiritually executed, they never get born. As a computer programmer, I'm trying to get Bill Gates to understand the beauty of his position and how it can be used to restore shit. You see? Yeah. Next up will be those who go on the internet and make negative comments and thumbs down shit, you know. Those who worship the mainstream, you know, those who are like, you know, overly, you know, just they're too concerned with what's happening in the mainstream. Those who are too concerned with their social media. All rappers, they all gotta go, you know, except for Vini, who was trying to bring something to the table. He wasn't trying to take anything away like the rest of them. The rest of them raped the fucking genre and the craft. So it's like all the other rappers should go and Vini should be uplifted as the only rapper. Here you go. This is the only rap you're ever going to hear the rest of your fucking goddamn pre-existence here. So you better fucking start learning to like musical composition and something besides fucking goddamn garbage disguised as music. You better learn to fucking goddamn comprehend words, you know, instead of fucking a few words thrown together that don't even mean nothing with nigga at the end of it. You better fucking learn to understand shit. Because, well, they made you really fucking stupid by putting the dumbest fucking shit they could find to put behind a microphone since the late fucking 80s. Yeah. Started with shit, garbage, human-shaped garbage shit. Fucking rancid fucking vagina turds like fucking goddamn NWA. And it just got worse from there. Before you know it, you got a hamster fucking goddamn cooker like motherfucking Eminem. Well, okay, yeah. You and your fans can go ahead and get time looped as your pet hamsters then. Getting warmed up in the microwave, white boy. Yeah, punk. And those who empowered you too, since they had no regard for karma. It's like, there you go. They want to act like Vini was such an evil motherfucker. All these motherfuckers that knew about him and shit. All these famous motherfuckers that had secret parties where they would watch videos of him and watch the secret videos that were took of him and look at the different things that they did to vandalize his life and sabotage his career and shit. You know, you'd have to pardon me, to attend this party. These parties, you gotta swear to secrecy. That you won't tell nobody what y'all talked about and shit. What, you know, what happened at the party. It's all part of a fucking sacrifice ritual. Living sacrifices. And now they're making living sacrifices out of masses of motherfuckers. Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, what's the saying? When they came for so-and-so, I didn't say shit. And then they came for so-and-so, and I didn't say a goddamn thing. But then they came for me, and well, there was nobody left to say nothing for me. It's like, there you go. That's what it is here. You know, your paid protesters could be doing something real with that time, and with that, with you know, that energy that would you know, have the opposite effect of what they're doing, and they can benefit the world. But instead, they want to burn the world down around them, and then they're going to cry, because they're already spoiled. They're going to cry about not having no world. They're going to cry about not having modern plumbing. They're going to cry about the garbage not getting picked up. They're going to cry about fucking martial law. They're going to cry about there not being no electricity. They're going to cry about there not being no motherfucking internet. They're going to cry that fucking goddamn Sharia law is in place, and now fucking the fifth wall is happening. Since nobody would let Vini speak, now nobody can fucking goddamn sing. There you go. Ain't no singing and rapping or dancing either. There you go. Close it down on yourself, stupid. Yeah. Vinny was fighting against all that shit that y'all fucking goddamn are trying to make happen to yourselves. Yeah. Every time you see a fool out there fucking rioting or protesting, it's like, damn, there's another traitor against himself. For a few pennies on the dollar on his life, man. You know? Sold himself. Like a little prostitute, a crack hoe. You know, a little, you know, they used to brag about it and shit. It used to make pre-Vinny sick, man. They brag about it in front of white dudes in prison. You know, little 11-year-old white girls in the hood that they would take a turn out on dope. And they would fuck them until, you know, that just became commonplace to them, you know. And then they'd have the bitch sucking their dogs' dicks for kibbles to entertain their feeble little minds. These are also motherfuckers that would fight them same dogs to entertain their feeble little minds. Now, look at them time loops they get. When they get time looped to some little girls, and they get time looped to some dogs, they may fight to their death, and they mamas too, you know? It like gives a whole new meaning to, you know, go fuck yourself, right? Yeah, there you go. That's what Yah said to him. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, little rapist. Yeah, that's your culture now? God, you're sick. God, you're sick. God, you are sick. Yeah, shit, nigga. Damn. Damn, babies. Little babies and shit. Wow. It's just, man. The human-shaped shit disguises humans up in this shit. Imagine had we not did this shit. They would have made it to the real world. Or at least to the next timeline. But, oh, man. Just it's kind of a scary thought. It almost gives you shivers. You know? A rapper making it to the next timeline. It's like, wait a minute. Your fans raped little 11-year-old girls and bragged about it. Under your tutelage. They fought dogs till their death. Under your tutelage. They robbed other good, hard-working people of the same color as them. Under your tutelage. They beat them down and took their cars. Under your tutelage. Mr. Rapper, famous rapper. Mr. Fake Thug. Yeah, so fake thug with your fake fucking life and your fake rigged fucking fame. Guess what? Now you're going to get real motherfucking time loops when you die. Dumb bitch. Yeah. Your mama should have raised you better. Spawn you for a welfare check and turn you loose on the world. And these motherfuckers will put you behind the microphone. Everyone who benefited from your fame going to get the same time loops as you before spiritual execution and never come here to fucking goddamn perpetuate this shit. It's ripple effects all the way up to fucking the queen. It goes right to Wall Street and to the queen. Stockholders getting hit. How long ago was this shit enacted? And everybody thought, oh, curses don't work. Well, guess what? The economy crumbled. Because they did not heed the warning. Now their fucking billions is like fucking nothing. It's like Bitcoin or some shit. Yeah, it's nothing. The fucking trillions that the trillionaires have is nothing. It's nothing money. You're about to see just how nothing it is. Yeah, then you're going to see motherfuckers eating the rich and famous. Yeah, they'll just go eat them. There'll be a food source for them. There's not a fucking deep enough hole they can hide in. They're going to find out real quick. Motherfuckers already know where all their escape pods are. You're going to leave the planet. Because if you're going to be on the ground or at sea, there's pirates both ways coming for you. Yeah. You helped do this. And now you're going to have to pay. Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna have to fucking say nothing. Motherfuckers are just gonna start doing it. Like you made them hive-minded. Now they're gonna start becoming hive-minded against you. Yeah. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And then when you get it, you might regret it. You see? You never should have got famous. You didn't have the mental capacity for it. Look at your fans, what they did. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's the influence you had. You're like a Kardashian or a Jenner, you know? Just totally valueless, but given value in the eyes of the zombies. Hey, zombies, look over here. On the outside, she looks pretty, but goddamn, this one ugly motherfucking bitch. One ugly, spoiled-ass, rotten little rich fucking cunt. Oh, yes, look over here. Like her, yes. Buy the products that we told her to promote. Yeah. She's sponsored by us. That's why she's big. Yeah. She can put a post up, and before it even fucking gets posted, it's got 5 million hits. Yeah. It gets posted with 5 million hits. It doesn't start off with no views. People don't understand what the fuck they're looking at, man. It's like they send bots right away to fucking back up who they want backed up. And they send opposing bots after those that they want shut the fuck up. Yeah, That's why you don't hear from Vini. This motherfucker been here screaming, rattling at the fucking bars, the cage and shit with his fucking tin cup. Hey, screw. Motherfucker, come out here. Is he ready to reach the bars, grab the motherfucker and take his keys? Yeah, whop his head up against the bar, knock him out. You know? Shit. Bring your ass. Vini's got an experience that happened on the astroscape in his memory that's pretty fucking spooky. Okay? He was in something. I don't know what he was in. I don't understand the full scope of the memory. But there were 2 entities on the astroscape. And they like came up, but they stayed out of reach. And one of them said, go up to a la whatever, right? And dude looked over him and said, I'm not going near that thing. And he was like, come here. And they're like, and turned around, like walked away real fast and shit. Now that was a weird fucking astroscape experience, okay? Because, I can't figure out what the fuck he was in. Was he in a human, a creature, a mechanism? Was he a human inside of a mechanism? Was he a human with a devil behind him, or, multi-armed entity or something? It's like, what the fuck were they so scared of? These are weird motherfucking memories that Vini has of things that his spirit has experienced because, we are spirits. The body that you have is an earth suit. Much like when you go to a bowling alley, you rent bowling shoes and then you return them in the same condition that you rented them, or you pay for the damage. Same deal here. Roller skates too. And rental bodies. You were warned your body's not your own. Yeah. Especially you who, you got something to do here. You didn't come here just to party. You didn't come here just to get to fail your pre-existence, to get time looped and spiritually executed like so many billions of others. Like so many fans of the mainstream in sports. So many video game players. So many internet trolls. So many animal torturers and those who are fans of what they do. So many rapists and those who like what they do. So many murderers and those who like what they do. I mean, you just got a sick bunch up in here. We had to sift these motherfuckers out. You understand that, right? Yeah. Yah's plan, although Lucifer didn't like the idea of the animals suffering. Yah's plan's working. Yeah. Yah's plan's bigger than their plan. Their plan is a tiny cog in his plan. Reciprocity's coming. Been trying to say that, but motherfuckers won't sow a seed for reciprocity coming from the other way. Ain't that some dumb shit? It's like, hey, there's a train coming and they standing on the tracks. But instead of jumping off the tracks, what do? They put on a blindfold and light a cigarette. And put earplugs in their ears so they don't hear the whistle blowing. So there you go. You can't tell us nothing. You're goddamn right. Man, you pegged yourself, didn't you? All right, y'all. I'm going to see if I can find something special to put on the end of this for you. I'm sure Vini might have something hid somewhere that I can pirate and throw on here. He'll be embarrassed about when he goes back. You have a lot of entities in this timeline who have negative karma all over them. They're negative of the women when they get older. You can see it. They lose their femininity, go with short hair, get fat and round, and you know, shit like that. Kind of scowly and gossipy. The kind you wouldn't want to be neighbors to, because they would be talking shit about you as if they knew you, you know? There ain't nobody in this place knows the first goddamn thing about me or Vini. So, the only thing they can say they know about me is what apartment number I live in. Yeah, like, you know, you go to take your garbage out and there's some, you know, one of them nasty bitches sitting in a chair outside on her patio. You're grateful, hey, yeah, she's all the way over on the other L in the front, you know, a couple over from like the entrance and shit. Right behind the dumpster, right where the bitch belongs, right by the trash, because she's trash. Yeah, so it's like, yeah. You try to make, you know, small talk, you know, be neighborly and shit on your way through, and, you know, he's like, you're grateful for the stupid repellent, because then you get to see, you know, usually right away, you know, like sometimes it's in a look, like that dumb bitch that was walking past the van, he gave me that stupid retard look. She saw me out there playing the guitar. I'd know not to fuck with that bitch, and so what preventing? You see, goes, well, he didn't even have to talk to her. She displayed her stupidity. You hear somebody listening to mainstream music or rap, you know not to fuck with them. They're too stupid for you, you know, and they're putting negative karma on themselves. So it's like, you don't need that. You didn't abstain from, you know, their frequency plane to let some dumb bitch immerse you in it, right? Think about it. You protected your energy plane. They ain't protecting theirs. It ain't your fault. You see? And that's where this is at, is like, Vini would be better off without anybody, you know, in his life at all, than to have, like, the wrong people in his life. You know, he's got enough gossipy pieces of shit for family that are good for nothing except for to say some negative shit about him. So he doesn't need some old decrepit white bitch, you know, shoved off in some senior apartment complex talking shit about him, right? You know, it's like no femininity, no sexuality to the bitch whatsoever. It's like, you know, did anybody ever fuck you? You know, it's like, it's like, damn. You know, you try to be nice to somebody like that and you find out, well, okay, never be nice to this bitch again. When she talks to you, you know, she sees you in the daylight or something, she talks to you, it's like, you know, act like you didn't hear her. And, you know, because, well, she's off the list, you see. You just chuck them off the list. You're not going to interact with them. And you don't have to. And there's other entities who, you know, Vinny's interacted with that are gossipy, who have talked shit that it's all bullshit because, well, they don't know nothing except for bubble stories that Vinny told her, you know, meeting her on the bus and shit, you know, one of the people. So it's like, yeah, that's what you have that Vinny got dropped into with this shit. It's just all the negative energy. You know, a lot of negative people get put in places like this, you know, where it's like, their income is low, like their energy low, at their age when they should be in their golden years, you know, the majority of them. And it's like, this is not somewhere where you put somebody like Vinny, who's nice and friendly, and, you know, what interaction you will have with him, you will use it against him, you know, you'll be judgmental and use him for conversation like you got some kind of right. There's a consequence for using Vinny for conversation. If you don't smell like his dick, you don't talk about him. That's the rules for gossipy women, especially the white ones up in here. So it's like, yeah, if you haven't made Vinny come on you a number of times, you really ain't got no business saying shit, you know?
And it's like, ain't nobody in his family ever bothers to actually get to know him, you know, beyond finding out his vulnerabilities. You know, now there's no vulnerabilities, so, well, nobody's got the time of day for him. And it's just fine, it's beautiful, you know, because he doesn't have the time to be distracted with, you know, emotional connection to those who could only benefit themselves anyway. Because this thing could happen, you know, there could really become somebody who's smart enough to put it into play. You know, Vini's getting hormones, he's getting a sex change, he's getting facial feminization. You won't even recognize him 6 months after, you know, the entity starts helping him sculpt himself into what he's supposed to become, to walk out this final step of this agenda that they're working, you see. So yeah, it's like I keep like making the videos so that they understand he needs time to be prepared, you know, because, well, he's supposed to be half and half already, at least, or, you know, have his complete transformation. But, you know, he started out as a dude. It's like, you can take it either way. I would take it that he was supposed to be completely transformed for a lot of reasons. And the prophecy is talking about him, you know, like almost in Shemale terms, because, well, the translation got tainted, you see. Well, we talked about that, you know, the weakest translation being the most cartoonish is King James Version, you know, gonna make God be King James and King James be God, you know. 1611 version of that, read the prologue from the translators. It tells you that it's a fairy tale, and that God's personality does not resemble King James' personality at all. King James was a self-loathing, closeted, woman-hating homosexual. Isn't it amazing how, well, if you look at God's personality in that version of the Bible, so is Yah. But Yah didn't ordain that translation. That's the government translation. I think if, you know, either of the two translations that came from that era were to be ordained by God or condoned by him, Yah, you know, God is a descriptive, he would have chosen the Geneva. Okay, because, well, that was trying to translate what God had to say instead of what King James wanted it to say. Do you see what I'm saying? Maybe some can't see it, and they don't understand anything. They haven't researched anything, but they think they know everything because they've listened to other charlatans who are really good at presenting shit. They're really, really good at building YouTube channels and presenting themselves as theologians. And then, blam, they pull the blankies off themselves when they call the Revelation of John the book of Revelations, or in the Revelations. What revelations? Did you have a revelation while you were taking a shit today? What revelation are you referring to, sir? You know, it's like, goddamn. And you can't take God's name in vain by saying goddamn or even saying Yahdamn. Yahweh is his name. Okay? That's talking about being a hypocrite. You get presented with this and you won't accept it just because of who it came from. Okay? Who's the heretic now, Buck? Huh? Yeah. It gets a little bit ridiculous. You know, you watch somebody who's famous compared to you cry about how his followers ain't learning or researching or doing nothing, and he won't set the example because, well, he wants to join the scribes and the Pharisees in calling somebody, you know, something that they're not, you see, or judging them as something that they're not. It's funny, man. The reciprocity is like reaping while reaping while you sow. You know, it's happening right now, man. If we could only get real-time time loopage happening, maybe we could forego Armageddon altogether. Wouldn't that be something? Christ was talking about prophecies can fail. You know, to give you hope to fight against the ones that you want to fail, because, well, you don't want that bad shit to happen. You see, and you fight for the good ones to come true. You know, and there's layers of prophecies. So you pick out the ones you want to manifest, and you work with the universe to manifest the good ones. And you work with the collective consciousness to nullify the bad ones. That's what we were trying to get across to the rich and famous and powerful, is that there's a way to do things. And this goddamn sick-ass circus is not the way, okay? It's not going to benefit anybody, least of all the wealthy, who think that, somehow, based on the fairy tale fortunes that they have, because, well, now they are fairy tales. They can pretend all they want like they're still rich and powerful, because the banks are still showing up their digits. But soon, there won't be digits, man. You're going to see people like, they were fighting over Britney Spears' $250 million. She should have been smart and been taking her little allowance and buying soft silver blocks so she could just like cut it off, with a knife and use it for money. Because silver will be usable as money when, it finally all comes to a head, and it's 14th century feudalism. People are killing people in their neighborhoods to eat them, You think it ain't gonna happen? Oh, yes. It's happened before. Governments have done this before. And they're doing it again, but this time it's like in stereo and shit, man. It's coming from both directions, and you got different shit on either side. There's stereo imaging. One guitar is playing one thing in the right speaker while another guitar is playing another thing in the left speaker, to give, when it comes together, to give it a certain effect. Okay? I don't know, that probably went over a lot of people's heads. Musicians just got it, though. Oh, yeah. Interesting and cool, huh? In a lot of ways, bullies are very smart about bullying. They know how to do it. That's what they are, and it's what they do. So it's like, you can't always outsmart a bully without having a bully's perspective. And I think that's why Vini was selected, is because, well, when he was younger, in a lot of ways he was a bully. In a lot of ways he was bullied. So it's like, I don't know. Bullies are bullied, and that's why they bully. And that's what's happening here, is you got bullies. They're, dumb about everything else, but they sure know how to bully shit into submission. And nothing here is supposed to be bullied into submission. It's supposed to be like a great, they just want to do it. They're not scared into it. They're not deceived into it. It's in their spirit memory that they did it willingly. They were enticed into it. Okay, that requires somebody like Vini. I don't even think I could pull it off. It requires a soul like his that can be forgiving and just, and at the same time brutish and mean to the perpetrators. You see? It takes that fine balance of character. I'm not as disciplined as he is. You see me fuck up a lot when I come here as him. I don't abide by the rules that he abides by. And sometimes I, cause problems for him with that shit. I don't mean to. It's just, well, I'm kind of rich and spoiled. I'm a famous musician. And I come back here and I see, wow, y'all shitting all over everything I really am. It's like, damn, that's some fucked up shit. And, you're not sad about them not making it to the next timeline, because, well, they didn't even acknowledge you anyway. Your fans in the next timeline acknowledge the fuck out of you, though. You see, they're reading the novels you wrote, that you based on what was considered fact here in the temporary timeline about entities that had to get time looped and spiritually executed to never get born when this thing got took back to a restore point and restarted for the next timeline. The infected files didn't get put back in, and everything they did got undone, like a computer. Yeah, and that's how the next timeline became what it is. Why the good can thrive, because all that's there is good. You see, you got no evil trying to outdo someone else. There's no mentality like that. You see, there's no competition mentality because there's room for everybody. And it's always been that way. But they wanted to create parameters of the paradigm where there's not room for everybody. You see, they want to select who can't be included. And where they made a huge mistake was when they selected Vini as being one that will not be included in their little click up. Because, well, now he's pure of everything they could have defiled him with. There you go. Now you don't have a drinking buddy from the next timeline. Baby blood drinking buddy. Damn. Sick shit, yo. Hey, but that's your stars. That's your role models. Those are the people you adore and love. You follow them. You think they're cool. You think the stuff that you know, they buy and the things they produce is cool. You know, you want to be like them. They're all that until they, you know, rapidly age because somebody cut off their fucking supply of something they weren't supposed to have in the first place. It's like, oh, they were that addicted, huh? The worse they looked, the more addicted they were. And the more addicted they were, the worse they're taking the lockdown. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, and they're posting all kinds of crazy, freaked out shit. You know? So, yeah, they're fighting over people's money and shit, and it's about to become non-existent digits. You think they don't got a plan? Yeah, there is no money, man. The gold got stole, and that's what the money was based on. And then they called it petrodollar. Okay, they killed Gaddafi and destroyed Libya because they wanted to break free of the petrodollar. The dollar that is based on destroying the host, the planet, sucking the coolant out of it that Yah said don't touch, and burning it into the air. Even enticing retards to watch cars drive around in circles, burning it into the air. Entice people to get on planes that burn, you know, hundreds of thousands of gallons per flight, you know. It's like, oh, wow. Entice them to destroy their own host. And then your orbit gets warped. And you have extreme weird weather. They have to do weird stuff like create a sun simulator for when the orbit is too far from the sun and you would notice it, you know. And they have to create a fake moon and prop it up in the sky, you know. And that thing ain't always outside of the atmosphere. So, you know, it creates all these stupid fucking theories that they started to distract from the fact that they've done this. Yeah. If there's anything, you know, to global warming, it's what they've caused. Purposefully. Yeah. Not even the Nibiru Planet X culprits were that bad, yo. That's why there's no evidence of them being here except for the hieroglyphs. Maybe that's where these guys wanted to do it different. They wanted to leave evidence. We destroyed shit. Well, you just made yourself have to get undone, and everything you did have to get undone. Stupid. Now you never had any ancestors. Never had no kids neither. Never had a wife. Never had a business. How you like yourself now? Look in the mirror and say, how you like me now? Now that you got yourself spiritually executed after being time looped, is everything you negatively affected with your failed pre-existence? Mr. or Mrs. All that. Because, well, you was just all that. Not to the entities you were supposed to positively affect, though, whether they people or animals. You would have got out so light if it was just some animals. You know, I mean, theoretically. Because people are really hard to minister to. And, you know, they can be the most ungrateful entities, the most ungrateful species you ever had to deal with. Yeah. All right, y'all. Bouncing timelines for a bunch of ungrateful motherfuckers, yo. I mean, well, no, I guess the ones who make it ain't ungrateful. They showed their appreciation. I'm wealthy beyond my wildest imaginations, beyond Vini's wildest imaginations. He couldn't possibly spend it all. Okay, I'm going to look for that for y'all. Have a good one. We're almost out of here. Crash point coming. Yeah, that's weird.
There is a phantom here among us. It's out to get us. Better watch out. Here it comes. Killer! Here to close it down. Killer! Got madness all around. Killer! No OT on his breath. Killer! Dealing out the death. Out fishing, going on a mission. Hiding in the dark, hunting in the park. Hoping for the prey, working one goal. Make another bleed, get another soul. Only sees red, can't see the night. Wanna get bloody for the morning light. Got no love and no empathy. All about the kill, a killing machine. Killer! Here to close it down. Killer! Got madness all around. Killer! No OT on his breath. Killer! Dealing out the death. Armed with the power of 33 men. Got no conscience, knows no sin. For the mass kill, got a lot of disease. Death in his knees and hidden in the fleas. Out with the Odin, by that he means you. Import new slaves and put them in the zoo. Lure all the chattel to the mass killing floor. Get the mad pipers to lead them to the door. Killer! Here to close it down. Killer! Got madness all around. Killer! No OT on his breath. Killer! And dealing out the death. Killer! Here to close it down. Killer! Got madness all around. Killer! No OT on his breath. Killer! And dealing out the death.
They say I'm too high, I'm doing too fine. They want my decline, cause they're so blind. And now I'm too far, and they can't deny. They want my get high, cause they're so blind.
Posing as the government, they're motherfucking terrorists. When it comes to subhumans, they're the fucking scariest. Creeping all around, fucking phantoms in our pockets. Bulbs laced with mics, all screwed up in our sockets. Got laced appliances, spying in the kitchen. Got ears in the dishwasher, hearing all the bitching. Constitution killers wanna stick us up with labels. Empowered little puppets, all dangling from
They
their
say
tables.
I'm too high, I'm doing too fine. They want my decline, cause they're so blind. Now I'm too fly, and they can't deny. They want my get high, cause they're so blind.
They violate our rights before we ever leave the womb. Motherfuckers wanna ride us till we're in the fucking tomb. A puppet signs a document, it says we're fucking slaves. Motherfuckers say they own us till we're laid up in our graves. Motherfuckers got agendas, wanna register our guns so they can come and take them, let the terrorists have fun. Raping all our women, spilling all our blood, diddling our kids, pigs playing in the
They say
mud.
I'm too high, I'm doing too fine. They want my decline, cause they're so blind. And now I'm too fly, and they can't deny. They want my get high, cause they're so blind.
Motherfucking terrorists coming for my smoke, repping antiquated system that's been motherfucking broke. Tyrannical behavior, sanctioned killers and a crew can't control themselves, wanna tell me what to do. Mustering the troops, got them dying in the sand. Families back home, got them dying on demand. Babies unprotected get molested in the park. In the nation of the free, we're getting murdered in
They
the
say
dark.
I'm too high, I'm doing too fine. They want my decline, cause they're so blind. And now I'm too fly, and they can't deny. They want my get high, cause they're so blind. Give me them hoes, give me that gold, give me that bling, give me that soul, give me that life, give me that lie, give me them loops, give me that time, give me them tears, give me that pain, give me that cooling, give me that flame, getting that slave, making them phones, into the time loops, where you gonna go?
mechanism, where they gonna go? Caught up dirty roads, skanky little hoes, bunch of poser rappers, never gonna flow. All up in our turf, sneaking up the earth. Forgot about the covenant they made before their birth. Believing all the lies, and dead when they die. Till they're headed for the loops, you ain't gonna see them cry.
Give me them hoes, give me that gold, give me that bling, give me that soul, give me that life, give me that lie, give me them loops, give me that time, give me them tears, give me that pain, give me that Kool-Aid, give me that flame, get in that slave, making them bones into the time loops where you wanna go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
They blame it on the devil, it's the devil all the time. Dirty soul spirits, perpetrating lies. Gotta want it hooked, dumbed down, humanized. Accepting that reality is captured with the eyes. Loaded up with debt, always out to get. Owing to the mechanism, caught up in the net. Got them in the line, loop them in the rewind. Monster premonitions to be phantom when they die.
Give me them hoes, give me that gold, give me that bling, give me that soul, give me that life, give me that lie, give me them loops, give me that time, give me them tears, give me that pain, give me that Kool-Aid, give me that flame, get in that slave, making them bones into the time loops where you wanna go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
To reality, too many gone blind. Too many little phantoms been raping on their minds. Jumping into words, playing in their turds. Blocking out to do something none of them have heard. Do them in a lockdown, keep them in a ride. Never let them know where they're headed when they die. How the devil's gonna go, cause they're never getting home. In the wrong boat, now the mechanism home.
Give me them hoes, give me that gold, give me that bling, give me that soul, give me that life, give me that lie, give me them loops, give me that time, give me them tears, give me that pain, give me that Kool-Aid, give me that flame, get in that slave, make